and we want to bring in the featured artist, Loser Company. Loser Company was scheduled to be featured artist on our last show of the year last year, and we had a little bit of an issue because 3 hour time difference. It happens. So these guys are so good, and they were so nice and so humble about the mistake that I decided it was okay to have them back. Dave approved. P the politician approved.
Yes.
So, Rob, you ready?
I didn't have a say so, man. How are you going to tell me I approve, man? I didn't have a say so.
Okay. All right. So Loser Company, Will and Moss, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are in LA?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. At least on paper. It's super chilly out here right now. So we're wearing our winter garb.
Nice. So this is like I told you before, this is the spot where I just want you guys to give a quick spiel about Loser Company. Pretend I'm walking up to you on the street and saying, "Hey, you're in Loser Company. What's that about?" And then we're gonna check out, say goodnight, and come back, get deeper with Dave.
All right, just tell us when.
Go ahead.
Oh shit! Right now.
Yeah, we're live right now.
Cool. Yeah, we're from Detroit, Michigan, man, or just a small town right outside of Detroit. Like, I guess you could liken it like Burbank in relation to like downtown LA, I guess, distance wise. Yeah. We both found ourselves moving to California in our early 20s. Moss moved down to San Diego. I moved to LA with a girl I had been dating for about a month. I had an opportunity out in LA and was like, all right, you want to come to LA? And she followed, and still together and all that, which is kind of cool. And Moss was down in San Diego. Kind of long story short, man, there's a lot of gaps, but we fell out of touch a little bit and started falling away from music in a lot of ways. And it just happened to match up at the same time that music made sense again. And we started this as kind of, call it like a last shot music endeavor. Like, let's give it a real go this time. Like, I know I liken you to be a musical genius, Moss, like, let's make this happen. And so Moss moved his ass up to LA, and we've been hoofing it for about a year now. And, Loser Company is, I kind of got out of the job I was doing for a long time, and we're starting something that we want to win at, but it feels like we're losing a lot too, and it feels like a losing endeavor a lot of the times, but we feel like winners doing it.
Hence
in a lot
the
of
name.
ways. And hence kind of the name. And it seems like we have we share some musical influences that like Dave seems to vibe on.
Cool.
And we
let's play the tune and let's talk more about it.
So let's check out Say Goodnight. We'll come back, get deeper with Dave. See you in 2 minutes.
Indie Music Plus.
Say goodnight, my child. Lay your head to rest for a while. Say goodnight, my child. Moon and stars are bright tonight.
Will, Moss, how you guys doing tonight, man?
Doing good, man.
A little more relaxed. Trying to relax, but good, Dave.
That's good, man. So like I was saying before the show, I really love the sound. It's got that really thick, rich guitar, real meaty, real warm. It's mixed in a way where you can just turn up the volume in headphones really loud, and it just feels good. And that's what I always try to achieve in mastering, and that's just the value of it. So good job there. You got to tell me what the instrument or the equipment you use for that guitar sound, man. What amplifier, what guitar, what pedals?
We recorded it down at 4th Street Recording in Santa Monica, California, and it's kind of a little studio that has a really well constructed room, like completely encapsulated in sand from LA, that could be very noisy, because we knew it was a quiet track that had like a lot of noise to it, and they had all these toys in there, like the piano is what Fiona Apple supposedly used on the song Criminal, which we thought that was cool, and the crunchiness of the guitar that you're talking about, if I could use crunchy,
It is.
it was such a we were on such a time and money budget. We were like, let's just go in and see what works. So honestly, I couldn't even tell you it was.
Oh, you used their
pedal.
equipment. You didn't even bring your own amp?
Did we use
No,
our
no.
own amp?
Yeah,
Bro?
dude. That's a.
Well,
that's
then
a,
this is the man you want to talk to. It was the Reverend.
yeah,
then.
it's a Reverend. It's
But
a Hellhound.
I thought we were screwing around with some of their gear on that one too.
No, it's playing.
Maybe I'm thinking of another one.
Yeah, no, you're playing your Strat.
Okay, then
Mexican Strat.
it's a
blues Strat.
Mexican-made
Blues
American
Strat. Well,
like 1960s Fender Strat, I guess would be, and with I think it's got thicker strings on it.
Yeah,
but
okay, that's starting to make
stumbled
sense.
upon it. We kind of stumbled upon it nearly accidentally. Like we were looking at the producer or the engineer, I mean, and it was like, wow, that kind of works. What's that? It's kind of one of those moments.
Well, Will, you got a really unique voice, man. A very cool rock voice. I was thinking of the Vines. You guys recall the Vines from like early 2000? That
I
song
remember
"Get
Vines.
Free."
yeah,
Yeah, just kind of
it's dope.
like really.
Of course.
It's almost like it's like drunken boxing. There's like drunken singing. It's like really relaxed, just kind of almost like you're about to fall over when you're singing, but it's
He was
always
drunk when he recorded it. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, no, man, it's just such a cool
Is it
sound.
Jose?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually drinking Jose Cuervo. Much like-
Radiohead's the other band, you kind of think of too, but
Well, when we wrote the song, we had an adjective before we named it or had lyrics. We were calling it like Drunken Waltz.
there you go.
And we have
That's
a couple
perfect.
scratch recordings where we were all kind of drinking, and our drummer at the time too, and we're just kind of splashing around in this 3/4 kind of time signature, and it kind of evolved from that. And there was some drinking on my own, I guess, writing a little bit, and yeah, for some reason we had a bottle of tequila in the studio. And so I think I was doing a little bit of physical stumbling that probably shows itself in the sound, hopefully.
Yeah, whatever it takes, man.
Whatever it
So,
takes,
I kind of consider this stuff like post grunge, it's kind of like early 2000 era. The Shins is another band I was thinking about that has that kind of feeling and flavor and style.
Well, let's ask Dave. What do you think of the term like nouveau grunge? Have you heard of this term?
Well, I just saw it in your bio, like right before we went live. Nouveau, I mean, just for people who don't know, it's obviously it's French. It just means new. It's like new grunge, a new take on grunge. That works.
I heard someone throw that around once, and it kind of stuck in my head. It's like grunge, like all the bands you're describing, but maybe not as angry. But there is a lot of anger in the song Buddha, but if it doesn't show outwardly.
Hey man, in the fine art world, it all comes down to how well you can explain it. If you can explain your idea, it works. Like
Okay.
if you can explain nouveau grunge in a cool way, people will accept it.
I like it.
There you go.
But in terms of influences, I mean, I just rattled a few off. Like what in terms of singing, guitar playing, just your overall sound? Like who are your heroes just kind of growing up and modeling after?
My list is kind of weird, man. Vocally, a lot of classic rock stuff. Fogerty, you know, Creedence Clearwater, all the way to like 90s, like Alanis Morissette, Joan Osborne, Gwen Stefani, like a lot of female vocalists inspire me. John Lennon, Kurt Cobain. I feel like when I get in different moods, I can find myself even trying to channel different artists. Like even though Tom York does the falsetto way better than I could ever do, like sometimes when I'm singing falsetto, I'll be like, oh, you know, I wonder what Tom York would think of that, you know? But it's, you know, it's funny to try to, your influences all become just a jumble over the years. And your voice changes and shit too. I used to have like, I don't know, like 1,000 cigarettes before. My voice was a lot less raspy, and like I had a pretty righteous nose injury. I got punched in a bar, and like I had to like straighten the nose myself. It was one of those situations, and ever since then, my voice has been a lot different too. So,
how so? Just like raspier or what?
Well, like it's something with my septum, and I don't want to get gross on your show.
Just don't take your wiener out.
Yeah.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on. Let's but no, I think there's a lot of wear and tear in my voice, and maybe it shows. And the influences are all over. Jesus.
Well,
Sorry.
let's touch on one more thing before we have to move on here. Just that you touched on just the story of you guys. I mean, you say you go back like 20 years in Detroit and everything. Are you talking about just as friends, or did you guys like dabble writing songs all the way back then?
Oh yeah, we were in a punk band, high school.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then how long of a gap?
Together.
Like how long of a gap of writing music was there before you teamed back up?
I think the high school band broke up. We were like 17.
So like 15 years or something, no?
Yeah, well, a couple of us had to go to college apparently, and it broke everything up. Moved out to Cali 22, 23. And then probably a good like a 6 year. We met up again when we were like 29 musically. We kept in touch, but we tried starting something when we were 23, 24, moving up and down the coast, trying to make something happen. It
didn't work.
Yeah, a lot of things got in the way, man. Everything from location and proximity to different job situations, money situations, addiction situations, like everything all coupled together has been just a wild ride. And then it all kind of maybe coincidentally, I don't know, lined up where we were both like, what the hell are we doing?
Destiny, man. You just got to write it off. It all came together. I mean, it's a very worthy sound. I'm glad you guys submitted. I'm glad you guys are here. But we got to move on. I always hate to end these interviews, but we got to keep rolling here.
Short and sweet. It's good to talk to you, Dave. Would love to do it again sometime for sure.
You.
I'm going to direct people to just do a Google search on Loser Company Music, and you'll see all their different profiles on Bandcamp and Reverb Nation and all their web presence and everything. And go check them out. Follow them on social, do all that stuff. And we'll be playing their new music as they send it to us. So if you're writing new stuff, send it to us, guys.
Yeah, we have a single that we just dropped called Nobody Else. Please check that out. We think the artwork is really neat on that one. And yeah, thanks so much for having us. Jojo, P the politician, everyone, thank you.